Nail Soup Media. We specialize in websites, web communities, and internet products.
Hey everyone, I'm gonna try and get this dialed in right. Basically, recently had some questions. People are saying, why do I need to keep upgrading? Well, it's simple. The successful websites run, let's say 300 to 1,200 pages of content. Their code is more advanced. This is no different than anything else. If you go to buy something that's cheap, you're going to get cheap parts, and it's going to be quick and easy to install. If you spend the money, you'll get better parts and better craftsmanship. And so, most of you that are asking this question, it's because you bought at a certain moment, maybe a couple years ago or 5 years ago, and now your competitors, because as you look at a Google search, right, you've got everybody, showing up, right, and if you're up at the top, and you're, all the people behind the first page, right, all these people, they're analyzing the top sites. So whatever's been built back then, these people are going out and hiring people to say, hey, look at these. How can I make mine better? And they're spending the money. So that's why, if you have, frankly, for those in real estate, it amazes me that people chintz on websites and SEO and true talent in the business, and yet their business is the most lucrative in making money. You should be making a six-figure income easy with a good internet presence. That it's going to cost you some money, but take that aside. Most of the people that are saying this now to us are people that bought maybe $1,000, $2,000 website and just do some blogging, and that's great. But the coding is the key. There's things in as far as Google has changed so many times just this year, let alone last year and the year before and the year before, that what was okay to do or what gave you the edge back then is old news. So what's happening is the reason why you're not ranking consistently or you're falling off and coming back is because your competitors have analyzed your site if it was on the first page, and they're trying to either copy it or copy it and make it better. So that's one issue. Now let's talk about IDX. IDX is how the data comes in a raw format and gets displayed on your site. IDX Broker and some others have redesigned how that data is displayed on your site. So Google in the old days would see, all these dots mean searches, right, of all different types, right? And let's just take this one search, and it's your domain name /IDX AX24756, and a huge line, right? In the old days, Google would be like, okay, whatever. There's no correlation. This whole URL has no correlation to the topic of Boston real estate. Okay, and so that this is the old IDX Broker or the old IDX systems that are out there. Now, the new version has it. And this is why you should upgrade to IDX Broker Platinum. Is the new has it towards domain, and then Boston real estate, or more importantly, domain 1237 Boston Street, zip code, and the MLS number, because these URLs that are showing up that Google goes to visit, these get indexed and get put on the first page of the search engines for those things. So of all the properties that are indexed by Google on your site that no longer have this, but have the address and the MLS number, well, that gives you a better shot on being on the first page for that address. And the more that Google sees, okay, what is this site about? Okay, well, all these addresses now coming from the IDX broker that they crawl, it's Boston, 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 Boston. And as they crawl that group and find out it's real estate, real estate, real estate, homes, condos, townhouses, subdivisions, all these things, this all gets indexed and raises the SEO of your site purely by changing the format of the IDX from garbage that they're not giving you credit for to real identifying information that the URLs spew out from switching to a better IDX. So these are just a couple components that you should think about. The sites, like we have sites that never go off the first page of Google. But if you talk to those clients, they spent, let's say $9,000 and $400 a month, and you go, wow, that's a lot of money. Yeah, but you know what? These clients, just off of the internet exposure and what we're doing for them, they're making $200K a year just off of this investment. $200K a year off of an initial $9,000 and then $5,000 a year. So let's say someone that's been doing this for 6 years, right? They've made $1.2 million, and they put in $40,000 for that. If you think that's too much, then you shouldn't be watching. You should just, go fly to another bar camp or webinar and have a little latte with your friends and take photo shoots together and bitch about Zillow. But if you want to get clued in and you want to make some money, now I'm not saying that you have to spend this kind of money. I'm just saying that the people that have the 600-page, 1,100-page websites, that they don't have to worry about business from the internet. It's because they invested. What you have to do is pick yourself up from wherever you're at and get your code better, get your IDX better, and then start doing some of the components like YouTube, Zillow, and I don't care what, if right now your point of view is that, Zillow's stealing traffic, you've been listening to a moron. And we have videos that talk about how all these idiots and we'll send that video to you, ask for it, we'll send it to you, and then you'll just totally shut off from listening to these people because it's just moronic. But basically what you got to do is you've got to upgrade your code because your competitors have already copied your system and made theirs better, so yours is not ranking anymore. That's number one. Number two, you got to change your IDX. If you're using the old IDX broker, you're losing business. If you're using an IDX system, regardless of IDX broker, someone else that has, your domain name and then some garbage that you can't read and tell what it is, you're losing business because your competitors are using the smarter IDX and their smarter code. Okay? I hope that helps, and we'll talk to you next time.